I know that I must seem like a different person and a complete monster compared to the woman you love and had a child with. And I know that I have broken your heart more and more as time passed. I know you have been heartbroken thinking that I chose another man over you, but I didn't. I chose Dr. Zero G's, and that was my mistake. I was hooked and the Dr. OGS made me a slave to its high. I never thought it would lead to this. This will be a lesson in years to come to show son and daughter how awful and addictive ice is, especially because of how anti-Dr. OG I was before I was hooked. I am now 3 weeks sober and clean, and I am feeling healthier and happier than I ever have before. Prison is doing the best for me, believe it or not. My drive and willpower is hella strong. I am never touching Dr. Zero G's again, and I will be back soon with you and the kids. I am taking control back. Now let's talk about the prostitution thing, haha. You need to realize that this was not what I wanted as a career either. I know you are probably disgusted by it. But I hated myself and had no self-respect. But that's over now. Honestly, I want our family back together. But I know that before we can do that, I need to focus on my journey of recovery and be back to the girl I was that you met that night and fell in love with. Please wait for me. I love you. True love is never a simple journey, Cooper. But if we can survive this, we can survive anything. I know that. Give my son a big kiss for me and tell him mommy loves you and him so much. I cannot wait to see you both soon. Thank you for reading this, and thank you for keeping our son safe. Remember me as the woman who birthed our son in 40 minutes with no pain medication, and not as this. I love you. Court is now in session to determine custody of the son of Bianca and Cooper. Bianca, you are currently an inmate at blank prison serving a sentence of 2 years. Is this correct? Yes, Your Honor, but I have a possibility of being released early due to overcrowding, so I am praying that happens so I can get back to my babies. I see in your response to the father's petition to custody, you are requesting that the child primarily resides with you once you are released from your sentence. Why do you believe this is in the child's best interest? I am his mother. He needs me. He loves me and I love him. And you are incarcerated for Dr. OG-related charges, child endangerment, and theft of a motor vehicle currently. Yes, I am clean and sober now though, and I know that I am healthy enough to resume caring for my children full-time. I have truly been rehabilitated. Sir, you are requesting that your son resides with you and has supervised visits with his mother after release. Is this correct? Yes, Your Honor. I would also like to request that she must submit to a hair follicle Dr. Zero Grams test upon request before having any physical visitation with son. I do not believe that it is in son's best interest to lose all contact with his mother. I want him to have a relationship with her. But I acknowledge that she needs to be sober and clean before being near him. I only want what is best for him. I gave you son so I could get sober and get on my feet. I am sober, and I am out of the situation I was in. Why can't I have him back? We can go back to our previous arrangement. You were fine with it then. Bianca, you are arguing for primary custody while incarcerated for child endangerment and stealing a car. Your life is not on track. At this time, there is no other option than to grant physical and legal custody to the father. Upon release, the mother can request visitation to begin, as long as she is able to provide a clean hair follicle test. As it is reported that the mother will be staying with the maternal grandparents upon release, it is ordered that both grandparents must be in the home and present for any visitation that occurs. The mother will be allowed visitation every Tuesday for 90 minutes and one overnight visit every other weekend from Friday to Saturday. The mother must have both parents present for both visits and must be sober. If either parent is found to be under the influence of Dr. OGS or alk-0-hol, visitation with the minor child will be immediately suspended until further notice. This order stands until a new order is issued by the court. Court is now dismissed. I can't wait to see my baby boy this Tuesday. Thank you for taking such good care of him for me all this time. But I promised my boy that I would be getting better so I can get him back. You're out already. Already. Those were the longest 55 days of my life. I am so grateful that overcrowding is such an issue and I was the next up to be released. Okay, well we will need to do a Dr. OG test before jumping into visits. Oh, I have no issues with taking a test. I am sober and feeling good. And I will never touch ice ever again. It ruined my life. Well, I am so happy to hear that. And I sincerely hope that's true. Nothing would be better for Son than you staying sober. Oh, I will be. And then once you see I'm serious, we can go ahead and do 50-50 with Son. I just want what's best for him. I am so glad to hear that. How are you feeling about Son's first overnight with Bianca since she was released? The visit will not be happening. Bianca will be moving out of our home immediately. What happened? Her test came back clean. She is not clean. I caught her using. I warned her that if she started using, she could not stay with us. I won't have daughter around that. She knew she would be kicked out if she used. And she did it anyways. I can't keep trying to fix her when she won't put in the effort. I understand. Do you know where she is going to be staying? So I know where to look out for. No, I don't. And maybe that makes me a bad parent, but I don't care. I can't let myself care because I have to focus on making sure daughter is okay through all of this. Bianca is a grown woman. She made her choices. I understand, and I don't blame you. Thank you for letting me know. Can I talk to Son? I miss him a lot. I really want to come by and see him. What is going on, Bianca? Why did you start using again? You don't understand. You don't know what it's like. It's not my fault. You're right. I don't understand. So explain it. You had been clean for a few weeks and were doing good. Why did you start using again? I don't have to explain anything to you. I just want to talk to my son. Put him on FaceTime so I can see him. No, I won't. You weren't in a good headspace and he doesn't need to be video chatting with you when you're acting like this. How could you do this to him? You are hurting him by keeping him away from me. I am his mother and you know he needs me. He should be with me and not you. I am not keeping him from you. I am protecting him from you. He needs you, but he needs the clean and sober you, not this version. Bianca was arrested again. What happened now? I just spoke to her yesterday. Unlawful use of a motor vehicle, driving without a license, and 2 counts of evasion. I don't have any more information yet. Whose car was she driving? I don't know. I am worried that they may add another theft charge on her if she stole the car. She is getting worse, and there is nothing I can do to help her. You can't help her until she wants to be helped. Anything we say or do will not help until she decides to actually try. They are releasing her. She won't be staying here, but we will continue to supervise her weekly visits until a judge decides to take those from her, as long as she is clean. I will request to have her tested again, but I highly doubt she will be clean again. There's no way. I don't understand what happened to my child. She wasn't like this growing up. She was a good kid. How did it go so wrong? I want to see the kids. I'm supposed to see them every week. Why are you keeping Son from me and my family? You are able to see him as soon as you can provide a clean Dr. OG test. And I have not kept Son from your family. He still visits his grandparents frequently. Why should I have to do a test just to see my son for an hour? I don't deserve that. You were just arrested the other week. You aren't doing anything that you need to do to see him. Okay, and clearly it isn't a big deal since I'm not in jail. So why does that keep me from seeing my kids? I know plenty of Dr. OG users and felons who get to see their kids. Why can't I? You can. as soon as you provide a clean test. One day he is going to realize that you kept him from his mother and he will hate you. He loves me and needs to see me more. You're mentally abuing him by doing this.